thought about heading up another, is this true, like possibly heading up another committee that would start putting together the B.I.D. or not?
Well, apparently one of the reasons why it broke down before,
yeah,
and why all of a sudden there's like nobody there, once they really kind of drill down, it's a 2 to 3 year process to go through it, and there's no way to speed it up because of all the red tape that goes through.
yeah.
I think getting the vote from people, you know, to do it, you'll get your 50% vote. But because it's such a small area, literally, it's very short. Like the most expensive bid was like $1.53 a foot a year, and that's in Hollywood or Koreatown. And they raised, because they have such tall buildings and such mass, and so many of them, they were able to raise enough money. But when it all got down to it, in order for our bid to be effective, it just plain won't raise enough money. Now, one of the other workarounds, if you want to do it, and the other thing too that happened, I mean, the police were all in favor of it. It sounded all great. We're going to have private people, a private security company come. They sat in this room, gave us a presentation. You know, 2 guys, $15 an hour, and train and everything else. I mean, that with insurance and like a $10 or $20 million insurance policy, and they all sounded golden. At first, the police department was all in favor of it, and then Parks and Recs got in. Now you want to have private security guards up and down in the park? We don't think so. So we've got everybody carving up the turf and saying no, 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 without anybody saying, yeah, we can do this. So another idea is to go to City Council and create a line item for Venice Boardwalk. And if we could get a line item so that we can get a bigger budget. Right now, the Venice Boardwalk with, I don't know, 60 million people, I don't know how many millions come in here next to Disneyland. What?
6 million a year.
6 million a year, that sounds like, especially if you saw Saturday.
They always say 16, but you can make up any number you want.
Okay, so, but I can guarantee you that there isn't a park in Los Angeles that has the volume of people that we do. And we need to somehow say, okay, we're a little different here. We have the foot traffic, we have the revenue source, and yet it all goes east, and we get the same amount per square foot as a park inland that's, you know, just a, you know, a city lot, you know.
So this is, you're talking about something separate from the idea you're talking about.
Getting a separate line item so that we can get more services down here for sanitation and cleanup and things like that.
Yeah.
I mean, cleaning up the end of that pier there. I mean, we need some money there. And, you know, at first they wouldn't do that at Pico because nobody cared about Ocean Park. Well, you know, a couple of hotels came in and all of a sudden they cared about Ocean Park. And they got it cleaned up because that smell used to be there all the time. So I think that...
Well, I heard the same thing. What is the way to get the line item?
Well, we got to go to City Council and get them to vote it, which sounds easy, but what we really need to do is to coordinate our troops down here. And we've got a lot of different organizations all talking about the boardwalk. We need to get Bonin and Bill, if we could get to City Hall, City Council soon enough. We need to get VNC there. We need to get a resolution probably from VNC. We need to get some kind of a roadmap, and we need to talk to the people at Parks and Recs.
So then let's just stop calling it B.I.D. because either way, you're right, we need a roadmap, right? First,
Yeah.
like whether we're doing the B.I.D. or bringing City Council, because in my opinion, at some point maybe it will be both, you know, long term.
I'm all for both.
But so right now, we need to still set up somebody, and I'm happy to be a part of that on a separate note with you and with, like we said, at Jure Day, whoever else wants to be a part of that, to start drafting that roadmap. Or do we think that that's something that's going to get established here. I'm asking.
And Carl,
Our
there's ways to
committee.
time to go to Parks and Recs. It's whatever the councilman decides, they control Parks and Recs, so it's basically just going right to the councilman.
Well, what we need to do is to talk to Parks and Recs and say, how much would you like down here? And we need to have a crafted response, because we can just go to city council and we all walk in one day and say, we want more money down here on the boardwalk, and they're gonna say, go pound sand, and you have plenty of it.
Yeah.
And so we need to have a carefully drafted plan and a budget, and we need to get some people, and I think Victor and a few of the guys are interested in
Victor
seeing.
wants a line item down here.
Exactly. So we need them to show us what they need. Then we go to our elected and recognize Bon and Bill will be right behind us. No problem there. But we need to work with them to start turning the other heads. And
So
So
would you
my
like to
thought
make a
is-
motion before the Oceanfront Walk Committee to create such a,
yeah, I think it'd be a great thing that we, my motion would be that we start with Parks and Recs, create a wish list from them that we can then, that would be something that could be bought off by, or passed by the VNC that can then go to city council so that we can get a line item for the Venice Boardwalk Park.